I'm Ashley.
I'm Aliana.
I'm Maria.
I'm Gustavo.
I'm Lisbeth.
I'm Abraham.
I'm Paola, and I'm an ensemble member with Albany Park Theater Project.
Albany Park Theater Project is a multi-ethnic community of youth artists
with a mission to make our world more beautiful and just.
Since 1997, we've made our home in the Albany Park community
on Chicago's northwest side,
one of the most diverse neighborhoods
in the entire country.
The performance you're about to see is called Feast,
and we created it based on interviews in neighborhoods all over Chicago.
All the stories in Feast
come from real life.
The performance was filmed live at the Goodman Theater.
Thank you for welcoming us into your world
and for taking this journey with us into ours.
Enjoy the feast!
When I was a boy in the Philippines.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm supposed to start the story. No, I start the story.
Is that serious?
Come on, please.
I'm sorry, just give us a second.
All right,
It'll only be a minute. I'm
So
sorry.
sorry. Please just wait.
You get?
When I was a boy in the Philippines.
Our hero, Francisco.
When I was a boy in the Philippines.
Our setting?
Urdaneta, Pangasinan.
Gateway to the northern Philippines.
When I was a boy in the Philippines, my parents gave me a small, young cow.
Francisco came from a poor family.
I had to earn money so I can go to school. When I was 8 years old, my job was to feed the cow until it grew.
Francisco's first day with the cow.
I woke up so early that the morning dew was still dropping from the leaves. A cool breeze rustled the grass. Birds sang. More birds sang. More birds than you can possibly imagine. I'm not that kind of bird. I opened the door and stepped outside. I walked to the tree where my father had tied the cow. As I approached the tree, I saw the cow staring at me, and I stopped. I stared at the cow, and the cow stared at me. I took a step toward the cow, and the cow took a step away from me. I took another step toward the cow, and the cow took another step away from me. I told the cow I just wanted to untie it from the tree so I can take it to the field to eat fresh grass. The cow let me get close enough to untie the rope. And then I chased after the cow.
like apples? It's just an apple, see? Look. Mmm. We ate our apples. And that became our routine every morning. Time passed. And my cow grew bigger. My cow and I had many adventures, like the time we were traumatized. Tyrannized.
By
A fly.
A fly?
Yeah, a fly. It happened one peaceful day when my cow and I were relaxing on the shore of a lake. I was skipping rocks on the water. Oh, come on. After I skipped the rock many times, my cow clapped for me and swished his tail in the air. And then, when I saw the fly land on my cow's head, but there was a fly on. What are you waving at me for? I was just trying to help. No, what are you doing? Stop. Run for it! Jump! We looked and we listened. Time passed.
And my cow grew bigger. We spent every day together. Apples in the morning, grass and rice at lunch. On special days, my mom made me titar a Filipino special made with fish sauce, star fruit, pig's blood, and ground beef. Time passed and my cow grew bigger. Another time, my cow and I were far from home. Run for it! We took shelter under a tree. We listened to the rain. It kept raining.
And raining.
And raining.
And raining.
And raining. Night came. Oh. The next morning, I see my cow do something I never saw before. Are you praying? What are you praying for? Can I pray with you? My cow and I pray together. I pray for money for my family. My cow never tells me why he's praying. That night, at home, my father tells me that my cow has grown big enough. The next morning, I tell my cow the news that I had done my job, that he is big enough, that today my father will take him to the market and sell him. Please don't be angry with me. Are you not going to eat some apple? You're right. I'm not hungry either. Listen to how quiet it is this morning. My father leads the cow away.
The boy grew up.
He became a man.
He met a woman.
They fell in love.
They had 1,
2.
3 boys.
And a girl.
They moved their young family to a big city in a new land, where every so often the boys
And a girl.
would ask their father to tell them once again the story of the cow he raised until it was grown.
We got the link, we got the link. Yeah, we got the link.
I'm working on something important.
I was born into food stamps.
The Aldi is full because it's the first of the month. I got my way in with the link card, fresh out of the envelope in my hands. $700 freaking dollars! Oh, look up at the blue, yellow, and orange sign, the one I could see glowing from the window of my 3rd floor apartment. A-L-D. I grab the cards because I always grab the cards. Dad hands me a quarter. I drop it into the slot, unlock the cart. Cold steel in my hands. Ready, set, let's go! Boxes on boxes on boxes on boxes. I reach to the top to get Clancy's original, the Ripple, the BBQ, sour cream and onion, pretzels, pork rinds, and butter-flavored puffed corn chips. Icy Pringles, hell yeah, don't forget the hot sauce. I charge the chocolate chip muffins, then the cookies, oatmeal, sugar, and fudge striped. Hey, Mr. Pudding, get in my cart. Oh, you too, Vanilla. I'm gonna eat you in the store. Pull the cover back, no spoon needed. Grape jelly, peanut butter. Did I get everything I need? Fruit cocktail, corn, peas, spinach, string cheese, crispy chicken chunk fritters, break and bake cookie dough, instant ramen gumbo, hash brown patties, curly fries. Oh my eyes! Hello, freezer section. I'm Mina. Thanks for keeping these items on ice for me. Asa mamitas chimichangas. I grab a handful, I shoot, I score, turn back around for some more, and I see White Castle hamburgers. It's what I crave. The smell of grilled meats and hot fries fills the inside of our car as we make our way home on the busy evening streets. Treats?
We cannot wait to eat, sitting beside us on the seat. Fresh White Castle burgers steaming through a paper bag. See, back when my parents both had work, before they lost their positions, we had what you might call a family tradition. My dad, my sister, and I would file out of the house, pile into the car. We'd pick up my mom from another day at her job, and my dad would ask the already answered question, "Who wants White Castle?" At the drive-thru, we'd all order at once. Classic sliders for my sister and me, for my mom, chicken with cheese, and for my dad, anything with onion rings. And then the endless car ride home, the game we'd play to see who could stay out of the food the longest. "Don't be the first one to eat a fry," we'd cry, and then giggled and groaned as we eyeballed our treasure and measured the distance home by the thump, thump, thump of the tires on the streets.
Today, I came home from school. Mommy greeted me with a kiss and a serious face. My, I need your help with something important. I paid close attention. I always pay attention. That's how I get straight A's. Mommy takes out an envelope. It looks like government papers. I can tell. Mommy hands me the papers and a new fancy pen she got just for me and my new responsibility. Please print clearly. Clearly, Maya, clearly. Name, easy. Address, easy. City, state, zip code, easy, easy, easy. Are you homeless? No. Signing here will start your application. My signature or Mommy's? Mommy's. Christina Castillo. Page 1. You are done. How many people live with you? Mommy, Papa, Lucy. 3. Include yourself. 4. Are all persons U.S. citizens? Citizen? Not so easy. Da-da-da-da! Dictionary time! A, B, C. Citadel. Citation. Citizen. An inhabitant of a city or town. Yes, I am a citizen. Ma, pila ang renta? Pila ang suga? Ang telepono? Ang gas? Ang basura? Ang basura? Why would we have to pay for garbage? Gross income. Gross. What is the monthly income of all sources before any deductions for you and everyone who lives with you? Income means money. Money means math. Calculated, scratch paper, pen. Papang doesn't have a job right now, so that's easy. 0. Mommy. Number of hours worked weekly. Ma! But sometimes Mommy works nights too. And some weeks she doesn't get any hours at all. And sometimes she cleans houses for extra money. Okay. Income and expenses. You are done. Name of person completing this form. Me, Maya Castillo. Relationship to applicant, daughter, age 11. The information on this form is subject to verification. If any information is found to be inaccurate, you may be denied food stamp benefits. The person can also be fined up to $250,000, imprisoned up to 20 years, and may be subject to further prosecution. I certify under the penalty of perjury that the information I have provided is the truth to the best of my knowledge. Signed, Christina Castillo. Now for my homework.
I was born into food stamps. We'd go to the grocery store, swipe the link card for food, paid cash for everything else. I didn't realize we were poor until the 4th grade, when my school gave me shoes and got me Christmas gifts. They made me talk to a social worker. I didn't understand why. Once a week, she would take me out of class for an hour. She would ask, "What do you eat at home? Who prepares your food?" My teachers would ask too. I did understand about DCFS. I understood not to tell them about the empty fridge at the end of every month. When our 700 link dollars ran out. When the pizzas and White Castle boxes disappeared from the freezer. I understood not to tell them. I starved myself when I saw my mom struggling. When I realized we shopped at Aldi because we couldn't afford Jewel, I told my mom I'm only eating food from Jewel. My mom, she argues, it's just the same. Who cares if they call it Cheerios or Hootie Hos? Me, I'm someone who sticks with name brands. That's just the way I think. If it's more expensive, it's better. The link, it makes you feel low. When you pull out that blue and white card, everybody can see that your family is not making it in life. If somebody looks at me like I'm some type of hood rat, I should be careful with my words. Okay, I have this image. I guess I can say it of ghetto. The way kids at school make fun of ghetto, I never want to be compared to that. Now, I'm not saying I want to be compared to this rich, high-class white person, but I do not want to be considered this low-class, ghetto-looking trash. So, here's a question for all of you. How many of you have been to the public aid office? Anyone else? Okay, so a few of you. The rest of you, you don't have to answer. I was just curious. Me, I've been there quite a few times. We go to the one in Hobo Park. I feel nasty just walking on that block. But for those of you who haven't been there, picture this. You walk in right here. You got 40 to 45 chairs going down this way. You gotta walk past those chairs, past the people sitting in those chairs, past all of these people looking at you, and past the security guard walking back and forth like her don't stink. You sign in and you sit down. The woman calls you up. You talk to her about, I don't know. You talk to her. You sit back down and you have to wait for your name to be called. If you don't hear your name, they just pass you up. So you have to really listen. It gets loud in there. You got someone yelling, you got babies crying, you got people on their cell phones, even though there is a sign that says, please, do not be on your cell phones. The way people act in there, the way they talk, the way they present themselves. Just because you get help doesn't have to mean that you need to look like you need help. The woman behind the desk calls out your name. And just the way they call out your name, the way They don't even try to pronounce it right. My mom, she's had a few of those, what do you call them? Caseworkers. My mom doesn't even know who her caseworker is anymore. That's how many times they've changed it. I don't know, maybe it's the years of bullshit from people, but I would think if you work in that line of business, you would have a little more compassion. The day I will take my mother off of Link is the day I will celebrate. I do plan on going to college and getting a job. What's gonna happen to me? That's not a concern. I know I'll manage out. Find a way. Something that's gonna support me and my mother perfectly. That's the life goal I'm going by. The Link. The Link is not my future.
Down, down, down. Every day, my hand goes down into the bin of rice in our pantry. Every day, I feel the level of the rice going down, down, down. Every day, I run down the stairs of our apartment, down the street to greet the mailman, hoping that as he reaches down into his bag, his hand will return with the envelope that holds our promised blue and white card. The card for which my dad finally applied. The card that will replenish our rice supply. The card that will pile our shopping cart to the sky. The card that will feed my family.
En el mundo de la caña no hay compasión para lamento. Trabajar doblando el lomo, sin que importe el sufrimiento.
El pito de la central anunciaba muy contento que se había ido la bruja. Era el fin del tiempo muerto.
Para contar esta historia tienes que haber caminado. Para contar esta historia tienes que haber caminado, abriendo surcos de tierra en piel que el sol ha tostado, abriendo surcos de tierra en piel que el sol ha tostado. Si madrugando en la vida llevo un mundo trabajado, si madrugando en la vida llevo un mundo trabajado, y su niña se fue toda sudando el café colado, y su niña se fue toda sudando el café colado.
Los hombres de mi barrio caminando y aún a oscuras íbamos para la central con un chin de café puya.
Cortando caña en los campos con su machete amolado. Cortando caña en los campos con su machete amolado. Y con los piecitos sucios de tanto camino andado. Y con los piecitos sucios de tanto camino andado.
Los mandaban a cortar por 1, 2 o 3 horas y después escogían a varios y los demás esos sobran.
Los mandaban a su casa sin mediar ni una palabra, sin paga, sin dar las gracias, sin esperanza, sin nada.
El sol sobre la cabeza me encontró sobre mis pies. El sol sobre la cabeza me encontró sobre mis pies. Aún con el machete en mano, trabajando para el inglés. Aún con el machete en mano, trabajando para el inglés. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Pero cuando el sol bajaba, me iba a hacer callatura. Y en la central yo compraba.
¿Qué compraba?
Palañanas de melao, diciendo que era para usarlas.
¿Para qué?
Para dárselo al ganado. Con él me la fabricaba, ron para todo Macao. Y con ese dinerito se compraba el bacalao.
La historia de mi abuelito no es su historia nada más. Es la historia de mi isla, que duerme en medio del mar.
Ya en la noche de la vida, después de haber trabajado, de sol a sol en la finca y en la central y el colmado, descanso al fin mis pies duros en este sillón sentado.
Descanso al fin mis pies duros en este sillón sentado.
Welcome to the part of our show when we girls teach the skills our kind needs to know.
We'll do it with grace, mild and sweet. Don't fear.
We've removed all the hairs from our chins to our feet.
From our chins to our feet.
Lesson 1. Obey.
Lesson 1. Obey.
1, 2, 3. Here we go.
I know my ma. I know my pa. I know my sister with a big ginormous bra. My mom gave me a nickel, my dad gave me a dime. My sis gave me her boyfriend who hit me all the time. I gave her back her nickel, I gave her back his dime. I traded back the boyfriend, instead got Frankenstein. He made me do the dishes, he made me mop the floor. He made me wash his underwear and kicked me out the door. Ow!
Rich man.
Poor man, beggar man, thief, doctor, lawyer, Indian chief. Whoever you marry, you must obey. You must be true in every way.
Lesson 2. Get married.
Arroz con leche, me quiero casar con la señorita de la capital. Que sepa coser, que sepa bordar, que ponga la aguja en su campana. Yo soy la viudita del barrio del Rey. Me quiero casar y no encuentro con quién. Con esta sí, con esta no. Con esta señorita me caso yo. Con esta sí, con esta no. Con esta señorita me caso yo. I need it.
what's most valued of all, no matter your look. To land a good man, learn how to cook.
Most valued of all, no matter your look. To land a good man, learn how to cook.
And now, gathered friends, I duly advise that the squeamish among you avert your eyes, as proper folk who want your girls
all sugar and spice.
Michu lived in Albany Park. She cooked for Daddy from dawn till dark.
When she snuck out,
As bad girls do.
Mommy said,
Michu, I fear for you. You like to play football too much. Husbands seek a ladylike touch. They want a girl who cooks with skill, not one whose dinners make them ill.
Sad little Michu cries and cries.
She asked her mom,
why not the guys? Why not Billy, Jesus, Sanook? Why can't the boys be made to cook?
Mama shivered.
Girl, bite your tongue. Think like bits and your world's undone. You suffer a fate worse than death. You live alone till your last breath.
You live alone till your last breath.
Michu dreamed that night in her bed of hungry boys who'd gone unfed. They dragged her to the kitchen floor, threw her down, and bolted the door.
no more football for you.
They said,
You'll make a meal for us instead.
Then Billy, Jesus, and Sanook put aprons on so they could cook. They lit the stove, they sharpened knives to cook the first meal of their lives.
Michu gasped. Mama's fear was real. The boys planned to make me their meal.
Just as she was about to scream,
Michu woke from her fearful dream.
Where's my food?
She heard Daddy call.
She jumped from bed, ran down the hall.
but froze at the sight of a bright red ball.
It was a dream.
She thought,
that's all.
As she kicked the lovely red ball, then Michu thought she heard the noise
of angry, hungry, drooling boys.
The first one was hard. I watched my dad a few times, then he told me, "You saw me, now you do it." Zabiha means we slaughter the animal by hand. As a Muslim, I bless each animal, then I kill it in one motion. I'm not allowed to let the animal suffer. The Jewish people, same as us. We treat the animal with as little pain as possible. We cut across the jugular, one straight cut. The animal doesn't feel anymore. Now that I've learned, it's easy. As long as you can handle the blood, handle the smell, it's easy. It's a family business. My father was a butcher. Uncles, grandfather, great-grandfather, all butchers. My father started when he was 10 years old in Lebanon, in the old days. My father in Lebanon used to sharpen his knives on a stone. When he finished, he would test the knife like this. It's in the family. My dad taught me, you learn with your eyes. I followed how he moved the knife, how he cut the meat. It's not how strong you are, how big you are. It's how you concentrate. make mistakes. You don't learn by sitting safe on the couch and watching. As time goes by, the mistakes become fewer and fewer. Whatever the customer wants, we cut it for them. My customers, I have Arab, Mexican, Indian, Pakistani, Filipino. Everybody's different. The easiest customers are Mexican. They come for barbacoa. I can leave the bone in, no trouble. Arabs, they want the meat one way for shish kebab, another way for kibbeh. The hardest customers, Indian and Pakistani. Not as people, good people. But they want very small pieces. They keep saying, a little smaller. A little smaller. A little smaller. Last week, we did 40 lambs. That's 3,000 pounds. Holidays, we do up to 5,000 pounds. I can tell when the animal is still walking if the meat is going to be good or not. I've been doing this 29 years. My dad's been doing this since he was 10. You see meat every day. 10 hours a day, you learn. If one customer calls to complain, we're surprised because we got that good at our job. Customers that came the day we opened 29 years ago still come to this day. We make delivery to Schaumburg, Downers Grove, Naperville, even to Champaign, Illinois. We got delivery. From right here, Kedzie and Leland in Albany Park. When we came into this business, we had no choice. We came to this country in 1976. The reason my dad came to this country, it's not for money. It's the civil war in Lebanon. The day we left Beirut, we walked through the airport. They had guys with machine guns. I'm 13 years old. I'm seeing tanks protect the airport. "40 years later, my little brothers have a choice. They both go to college. My daughters will go to college. And my father, I told my father, after 60 years, it's time for you to stay home and enjoy your life.
hard to believe that our feria, our beautiful festival, started around this old table. That was 10 years ago, back in the early days of Universidad Popular. Our group of women would get together once a week to discuss our issues. Only a handful of us in the beginning. Some had been abused by their husbands. Some had been abused by life. One week, our theme was self-esteem. So I asked the group, what do you see in yourself that you like? Nothing. So I said, what do you do that you are proud of? There are moments in the life of a woman when she doesn't like anything about herself. What she is, what she does, what she has, what she looks like. Okay, so we are good for nothing. Okay, but tell me, there must be something you do that you know in your bones you are good at.
I make a mean mole.
Okay, see?
No, my mole is really good.
My mole is the most delicious.
Our mom's mole is so good.
It's true, our mom's mole is the best.
Good. We all take pride in our mole. What do you say we make mole next week?
I'll do it. I'll make mole for everyone.
Each of us will make una cazuela de mole. And as you make your mole, I want you to think about how it makes you feel, about who you are when you make mole. Next week, we will bring our family members. We will share our moles and our stories.
And we can vote for the best mole.
We could give out a prize?
Yes, all right. We will vote for our favorite. We'll even have a prize. It will be a Feria del Mole.
Clay pots and wood spoons, chocolate anise, and 2 hands to stop this work of love. Chile guajillo, chile mulato, crush the garlic, peanut, cinnamon. Bring the metate, bring the comales. Taste this mole and you will take some home.
My mole is born from the strength that it takes to walk and walk from town to town in Oaxaca, singing a prayer for luck. In every fiesta de pueblo, with my youngest on my back, my children tired but smiling,
each of us with a moral.
My mole is sweet like the people who helped us along the way,
cutting the wood for the fire,
tortillas, pan y café,
por la Virgen de Dolores, o la Virgen de Asunción. We walk through all of Oaxaca under the rain and the sun.
with canela, with chilhuaque, a little ajonjolí, chocolate y chile ancho, with onion and pumpkin seeds. The same mole I taught my daughters, the mole they'll teach to theirs. And every bite always takes me to Oaxaca, back to them.
Mole takes us back to good times.
Mole sends us back in time. Mole shortens any distance.
Mole made with these 2 hands.
Mole takes us back to good times.
Mole sends us back in time. Mole shortens any distance.
Tastes better and I make it with my hands. My mole has that old flavor, a spice that's centuries old. It tastes of the clay mi abuela shaped with her hands into pots. It has hints of mejorana con un poco de tomillo. Beautiful mole picante full of delicious guajillo. My mole's vibrant and hot, like the mornings in my kitchen. Before the sun would go up, I had cooked the rice and chicken, pushing my cart through the streets, waking up the neighborhood, chanting with my open heart and the sweet smell of warm food. I spent hours at my corner, making the passers-by drool, and be back home empty-handed with a big smile before noon. Then back to making tortillas, kneading dough and baking bread, filling the cart with goodness, and back on the road I went, raising kids alone for years, ever since my husband left. My body tired and aching, but there's never time to rest. Mole sings the song of struggle. Mole mourns what's left behind. Mole makes your day taste better, and I make it with my hands. Clay pots and wood spoons, chocolate anise, and 2 hands to start this work of love. Chile guajillo, chile mulatto, crush the garlic, peanuts, cinnamon. Bring the metate, bring the comales. Taste this mole and you will take some home.
My mole comes from rebellion, a war against women's work, making beds and washing dishes every single day the same. I would sneak out with my brothers and spend hours in the field, enchanted by all the magic that comes from inside a seed. The wind dancing with my hair, my hands playing with the soil, the clouds weaving tales, a whole playground for my soul. My mole has all the warmth from the lap of Sierra Madre, spicy and sweet with cinnamon, moreno with chocolate. My mole's fierce like my heart on the day I left my husband, taking my children with me for the first time, feeling free. We found a small place to stay without a fridge or a stove. I could not ask how they felt, terrified of their response. My mole smells of that evening that found us crying with joy, when we could cook a real meal after so many long months. When I asked them what they wanted, their little smile said it all. We made our little apartment with our mole smell like home. Mole lifts the tired spirit, mole brings the love inside. Mole speaks of new beginnings, and I make it with my hands.
Mole warms the frozen
Mole lifts the tired
Mole sings the song. Mole takes us back to the front. Mole sends us back and it makes it. Mole shortens and it makes it. Mole sings the song. Mole takes us back to the front. Mole sends us back and it makes it. Mole shortens and it makes it.
I make mole with my hands. I make mole with my hands. I make mole with my hands. I make mole with